London used to be the place to be in the UK. It used to be a place that rich people like to live, like to buy property, like to display their wealth. And now that's changing. And what's happening is the millionaires, billionaires, the entrepreneurs, the investors, all of the people that bring capital to our country, they're leaving. So what I'm going to do today, we're just going to break a couple of things down about why that is. And also we're going to look at Lisa Nandy's response to this on the television the other day. I thought it was a good indicator of where this is all going to go. You know where this is going, really. This is all about Brexit. Obviously, it's about Brexit. So to kick us off here, we're going to watch Lisa Nandy being asked a question about why are the billionaires, entrepreneurs, investors fleeing Britain.
A survey today by Henley Partners and New World Wealth points to 11,300 millionaires leaving the capital, a big chunk of that in the last 12 months. If this data, the survey is followed by hard data on that front, would the government consider reversing its decision to abolish the non-dom tax status?
Well, the report points to a variety of factors that have led to that, most specifically Brexit. And one of the things that we're committed to doing as a government is making sure that we get a far better deal with the European Union that makes sure that we can continue to support British business. So in my area, for example, we've got significant problems, as has the EU, because music artists aren't able to tour from the UK in the EU and vice versa. Now, that's not good for anybody, so closer cooperation is in people's interests. But the tax regime in Britain is still highly competitive. We've got the lowest main rate of corporation tax in the G7. And look, when I come on programmes like this, I get asked a lot, why aren't you taxing wealthy people more? The fact that you're challenging me today to say, is the tax rate too high, I think broadly shows that we're taking the right approach and we're striking the right balance.
What's the message to departing millionaires? Good riddance?
No, of course not. I mean, the UK is an open country. We're a great place to live. We're a great place to work.
We used to be a great place to live and work. It used to be good, especially in London. Rich people used to like living in London because it allowed them to display their wealth. But a third of the 30,000 people that have left over the decade previous have just left in the last year alone. And why is that? It's not just about money. As Lisa Nandy said there, Brexit. Oh yes, of course it will be Brexit. And the corporation tax is so low. And of course we want music artists to travel around. What planet is this woman living on? Money matters to rich people, yes. But corporation tax, that's companies' tax. That's not rich people's wealth. That's something separate. That's a fundamental misunderstanding of how it works. Rich people pay corporation tax on their business, but they also have personal wealth. And if you're going to tax non-doms up to 67%, then guess what? There's loads of places that can go. You can go to Dubai, Switzerland, Monaco, nice European places, Portugal, Greece, that type of thing. Rich people don't have to worry about immigration status or anything like that. They just say, oh, I want to move there. And it's done. And you think about it. The crime that's going on in the capital right now. It's rampant. People having phones stolen out their hands, machete fights in public, people having their watches stolen, their purses stolen, muggings, women being followed late at night and deciding to dress less provocatively as a result, people not going out late at night anymore for fear that something's going to happen, the massive demographic changes that have gone on. If you've been down to London recently, it doesn't feel like London. It feels like an aggressive place. It feels like an unsafe place. And it's one of the reasons why my family and myself, we've stopped going to London. It just doesn't feel like the same place. The house prices are through the roof. Not that that'll affect rich people very much, but all of these things contribute. Rich people want to lead a nice life, and that's why they're leaving London. And with them, they take jobs and money. I know that rich people can annoy people. I get that. Some people look at rich people and think, oh, this is unfair. And I understand that as well. But if I was to say this to you, let's say that I had it in my power, and I wish I did, to give you £20 million. So you've got £20 million in your bank account. Let me ask you the question. Where are you going to live? Are you going to choose to go and live in London? Or anywhere in the UK, where you can go anywhere in the world? Switzerland, Monaco, Dubai, a nice warm country. It's cold a lot in Britain. There are better places to live than London. It's just as simple as that. And this answer from Lisa Nandy talking about music artists and corporation tax. And she tends to go on shows like that, and she's always asked why we're not taxing rich people more. This Labour Party, they don't understand what's going on. And I understand all the people calling for, oh, well, let the rich go, whatever. In the last year alone, with the rich people that have left this country, we've lost almost 45,000 jobs. And that's jobs for people like us to go and work and make money. And it's going to keep happening. It's going to keep getting worse. And as London changes, so is the amount of rich people that are going to help our economy. And this is just another example of it. And this capital flight here is happening quicker and quicker. It's not going to slow down. And as the more rich people leave, life gets worse for the rest of us. And there's no reversal here. Because Labour aren't able to do it ideologically. The policy that they've just brought in with non-doms isn't working. It's actually bringing in less tax as a result over the whole. Just like the capital gains that they changed for rich people last year, there's a report out recently that says that the amount of tax that they're making on capital gains has dropped by 40%. This party here doesn't understand business and doesn't understand anything apart from activist politics. And they're going to run this country into the ground. Lisa Nandy here talking about music artists travelling freely. I mean, it's just so out there and so just a lack of understanding of how the world actually works. It's just worrying on every level. Anyway, thanks for your time.